Hello dear friends, welcome to this program, our Moments with God, and I hope that along with these moments with God and moments with nature, with this beautiful nature, and I will just show you a little bit more around, you are able to connect with the creator of this nature. But the creator of this nature has also created us, and He abides in the depths of our heart. And my attempt through these videos is to get in touch and help us all together get in touch with the deeper presence of God in our hearts and experience that love that He wants to share with us as He shares with this beautiful nature. And if you like the video, you may please subscribe to this channel, and I wish you all the very best. Just before I go ahead, I just want to show you how beautiful this nature is. You see how the leaves are turning yellow to red, and then this street here, and then you see how this forest is all looking, this turning yellow and red, and this whole forest is like that. You can go around the whole way and see that this is the beauty of nature. Of course, nature has been always beautiful, as you know very well, but when I read today's gospel, and the gospel speaks about Bartimeus, actually he is son of Timaeus. He doesn't have a name. He is described as the son of Timaeus, who is blind. And sometimes I wonder how some of us blind people actually miss this beautiful nature, and how this nature also keeps changing. A few months ago, all these trees were naked. Then spring came. They all had green little leaves, and they were springing with new life. And then they were all green and stayed green for several months. And then now it is the time of autumn, as I have told you, and they are already turning like this, yellow, and then green and yellow, and they will soon shed all their leaves, and probably Bartimeus will never know what our eyes can see. I suppose you agree with that. But then I realize that is exactly where I am making two great mistakes, or blunders actually. I'll explain to you. My two blunders. First blunder is that I am, of course, able to see with my open physical eyes this beauty. But as far as Bartimeus is concerned, Bartimeus is looking at a greater beauty and hears what the crowd is saying, or what the crowd is hearing and what he has heard. He cannot see, but he hears very well with his ears, and not just hears at that time, but what he has been hearing for a long time probably. Remember, he is a beggar. So he is not going about everywhere. He's just sitting in his place and begging. And yet he has heard so much about Jesus that he starts crying out, "Son of David, have mercy on me." And of course, Jesus approaches him, and then I will come to that story immediately. But you see, one of the big mistakes I am making is that Bartimeus, because he is blind, he cannot see. But he can see probably better than me, because if Jesus was passing through in front of me, I would have just thought, well, I don't know who he is. And because I am not physically blind, but maybe internally blind, I have not felt the need to approach Jesus as Bartimeus has felt the need to approach Jesus and to cry out after him, "Son of David, have mercy on me." That's the first blunder. The second blunder is not only that I think Bartimeus is blind, but the second blunder is to not notice that I myself am blind. I myself am blind, first of all, to the beauty of Bartimeus, the deep faith of Bartimeus, of what Bartimeus can see, I cannot see. That is a terrible blunder. And not only the blindness of Jesus, of Bartimeus to not be able, he is able to see Jesus, but I am not able to see what Jesus can do for me and what Jesus actually does for people. I am actually internally blind. There are a lot of good things that God, for example, has already done to me, but the way I live my life, I am blind to those things. Why am I blind to those things? Because my eyes are open only to see the beauty of nature, the wonderful surroundings here and the wonderful surroundings all around here in the forest, as you can see. Of course, these are wonderful things, and people travel by plane which keep on disturbing us all the time. But you see, this kind of blindness then takes away from me the privilege that I would have as Bartimeus is having of going to Jesus. And now comes the point. When he approaches Jesus, Jesus finally comes to him and asks him, "What can I do for you? What do you want me to do for you?" How wonderful. If our eyes and ears and heart is open to Jesus, then we too would go to Jesus and tell him, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." And Jesus would approach us and ask, "What can I do for you?" And then we have an opportunity to tell Jesus, "Yes, Jesus, I am trying to be on a spiritual journey. I am trying to find your presence in me. But the glamour and the glitz of this and the blitz of this world is making me blind, not to be able to see your presence. Can you please open my eyes, the inner eyes, the eyes of the heart, the eyes of the soul, that I may also, like Bartimeus, be able to know your power, to know your wonderful existence, and to know your wonderful compassion that you show to Bartimeus." And when Bartimeus expresses to Jesus that he wants to see, Jesus says, "Go, your faith has saved you." How wonderful, how deep is the faith of Bartimeus. Can you and I also learn from the faith of Bartimeus? And if you have not subscribed to the channel, you may please do it now. Thank you.